Hey everybody, welcome to the video. I feel like lately I've been going back and forth between either wanting really matte skin and even matte eyeshadow, matte lip, matte everything, or I go for something super glossy and creamy and highlightery. I don't know what it is, but that's what I've been doing lately. And so today I wanted to show you how I go for a more overall glossy or creamy or dewy looking makeup look. It's something that's a little bit more done, undone looking. So it's not like crazy full coverage, like full beat makeup. It's something that you can still wear every single day. If it's super hot outside, you might not want to wear it because it'll probably look super sweaty if you get, shiny at all on your own, just naturally. I still find that it's really cute looking and really natural for every day. So let's get into it. I've already prepped my skin with my skincare, of course, but I have this primer from Glossier. This is a priming moisturizer. Just got a little sample of it when I ordered my brow products from them. So I wanted to give this a try today, where we're going for a little bit more of a dewy look. We can always use a little bit more hydration or moisture to the skin. It says great for all skin types. This comforting cream allows you to layer and build up the perfect amount of moisture depending on climate, season, and how your skin is feeling on any given day. Priming means that it instantly brings out the best in your skin, so you have fresh, glowing canvas that is ready for makeup. Cool. Oh, it's pretty runny. Ooh. Feels really nice actually. It's pretty lightweight and like silky, and I do feel like my skin is more prepped for makeup now. Feels good. Spilled a little extra, so I'm gonna put out my neck. So on an everyday basis, what I've been using is the Thrive Buildable and Blur CC Cream. This is perfect for every day because it's about that medium coverage and the finish is really good. It's something that's natural, not overly matte, not overly dewy, which is good for your overall base layer of makeup. Even if you're going for something that is more matte or more dewy, you can kind of customize it based on the products that you apply on top. So I'm just going to start with one pump, and I'm actually going to use my fingertips and just start to smooth this all over the skin. I love starting with just one pump and seeing kind of how far it gets me. I'm just going to pump like a half pump out on my hand and then go in with my sponge here just to kind of conceal any spots that might be peeking through, like this big giant guy up here. So this will just add a little more coverage in areas that I want to further kind of conceal a little bit and even out. I also like going over it with a sponge after, just to make sure that there's no like finger marks or streaks or anything like that. I feel like this has been the quickest, easiest, and best looking way to do my makeup lately, so I've just really been loving it. You can see skin's pretty well covered. I will have a little bit of spot concealing to do. I don't know what has been going on around my temples, but we got a little spot concealing to do there. So for concealer, even on natural days, I like to go in with something that's pretty full coverage, but I love the finish of this Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer because it is a little bit more creamy looking. So I am just going to use this on this skin today. First, I'm going to dot a little tiny bit over the areas I want to cover, like blemishes. I'm going to take just a little bit under the eyes. I've been trying to go really pretty light-handed with concealer because I find that where I have large pores right in this area, it breaks up super fast, especially when I'm using something a little more creamy. So even though I love the look, I have to be careful with how much I apply. So if you have more oily skin or larger pores, you might want to be careful with how much concealer you're putting on the skin because it can get messy. So let's start with the under eye area. I'm just going to try to keep that close to right under the eye and then slowly kind of drag it down a little bit and go on the sides of my nose a little as well. I'll take a little bit of what's left over on the upper, like the eyelid area. I love how quickly that blends out. It looks so good. And I'm leaving those blemishes alone for a little bit just so the concealer, I don't know if this is a real thing, but I like to kind of let it dry a little bit. And then when I blend it out, I feel like more of the coverage stays right on that spot. I feel like that's a really good concealer shade for me because I don't feel the need to balance out the rest of my face with concealer at all. I'm going to put a little bit on my chin here just because I see a little bit of redness peeking through that I don't love. But I'm not going to take much at all. In fact, I'm just going to take a little bit of the leftover on here, dab it on my chin, and then blend that out. It's called recycling. Now I have nothing on my sponge, like just the excess leftover product and I'll just kind of pounce over the centers of my skin. Not because I need it necessarily, just because I'm doing it. I don't know. Okay, now I'm gonna take my finger and really gently pat over these blemishes. I mean, it's there, but when I put my hair down, you're not gonna see it anyway. This one's so weird too, because it's pretty much on my eyelid. What is going on? Even though I want a really kind of dewy overall look to my skin, I do want to set underneath my eyes, because if I don't use a setting powder under there, it's just gonna crease and move around. Also, I feel like if I get too shiny right in this area, it goes from looking glossy to sweaty really quick. So I don't want to look sweaty. I just want to look glossy. So I'm taking my Glossier Wowder and I'm just going to set right under my eyes where I have those little creases. And you can just see how much that smoothed out that area. Love it. And I'm also going to set just these large pores right here, because it will look crazy if I don't. It looks so good. It looks so good. Don't worry though, we're still gonna have that nice kind of creamy, dewy skin in the end. This is just for my skin type a little bit essential for me to not be looking crazy once I go out into the heat of day. Perfect, that looks good. You can still see the overall like dew on the skin though. Just right there is a little bit less dewy. For the eyes, I want to do something nice and quick and easy, and in my ColourPop video that I posted on Tuesday, you'll see I talked about some Super Shock shadows that I really love for just quick kind of one and done eyeshadow looks. So I'm gonna take this shade from ColourPop. This is the shade Waddles. I'm gonna take this on my fingertip actually and start at the lash line, and I'm just gonna slowly blend this out with my finger. I'm going up to my crease, but not as high as I normally do. Since we're just using one eyeshadow, I don't want to take it too high. And then I'm just doing the same thing on the other eye, just with my finger, gently blending that out. Okay, and that shade on its own is a little bit kind of satin looking, but I do want to add a little bit extra shine since we're going for, you know, I gotta stop saying it, dewy skin. So I'm gonna take the shade Frog and just kind of use this as a topper, starting just kind of in the center. And you can see how good this looks. It just looks like my lids are wet, and that's what we're going for. I'll keep this mostly in the center of the eye, but I'm sort of just blending it over the top of that shade like entirely. Oh, it looks so good. Love this. Okay, then I'm going to take this light Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter just to do the inner corner. I want something pretty bright. So pop that on, and then the eyes will be done. Well, aside from mascara and everything, the eyeshadow is done now. Okay, and now I'm just using the Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara on both my upper and bottom lashes. And what I found with this mascara, and what a lot of you told me in the comments section, is that you kind of can't go in with 2 coats of it. You have to just do 1 coat, because if you wait in between and try to add more, it gets super, super clumpy. But if you just layer and layer and layer on 1 coat while it's still wet, you can get really, really good length, lift, volume, kind of everything. It's so pretty. It is definitely one of the more like clumpy formulas of mascara, not in a bad way, but if you have like not a lot of lashes, they can kind of get clumped together and they'll look like just less lashes because they get stuck in like little groups. I don't know if you can kind of see that. I feel like I have like quite a bit of lashes, so it doesn't bother me that much, and now that I've learned how to apply it correctly, it's not as big of a problem. But that is something to keep in mind, that if you feel like you have sparse lashes, you might not like this. And I left the lower lash line bare of eyeshadow, but I always put a little bit of mascara on there no matter what. I like that look. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. Now taking the Glossier Brow Flick, I'm just gonna start adding in some hair-like strokes to my brows just to fill them in. This isn't gonna be anything too precise, but it's gonna just get any sparse areas. With this one, I like to start in the middle of the brow, not doing the bottom or the top or anything like that, because it kind of will get that pigment like started. Otherwise, I feel like it kind of doesn't come out at first. So that's how I kind of wake the pen up and then start going at the bottom in the front here and just do really light strokes. Just continuing those kind of hair-like motions all the way to the back of the brows. I swear this looks different every single time I do it because it's kind of hard. Not gonna lie. I did have someone ask me in the comment section if this was smudge proof and waterproof. I would say that it's smudge proof for sure once it dries down. Right in the beginning, you have a little bit of time to work. Like if you do one stroke and you don't like it, if you immediately kind of wipe it after, it will come off. But after that, I do feel like it's pretty smudge proof. I would say, I don't know for sure if it's 100% waterproof, because when I start to wash my face, even if I just have put water on it and kind of am splashing my face off, I do feel like it kind of comes off. So it might be a little bit water resistant, but I don't think it's entirely waterproof. I'm topping that off with a little bit of Boy Brow. Once I've got the Boy Brow on and my hairs are like lifted up a little bit more, I can really clearly see like if I have any gaps missing. I don't feel like I really do, but maybe right in there. So then at that point, I can go back in with my brow flick if I need to and kind of touch it up. But I feel like we're pretty good for today. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the face makeup. Since we want more creamy, dewy skin, I am going to go in with a lot of cream products today. First is the Hydro Boost Hydrating Foundation Stick from Neutrogena. This is in the shade Cocoa, so we're going to use this for our contour shade today. I'm just grabbing a little bit on my fluffy brush here and then just going to kind of stamp this into my contour areas. I'm going to be really careful since I have this little blemish to not put any contour there, because if I darken that at all, it will stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to try to keep that back and away from that little spot. But I am just taking this kind of along my cheekbone and then around my hairline. I love a nice bronzy look for the summertime, and this one is really good from the drugstore. It blends out really easily. I don't think the color is my absolute favorite, but I feel like it works for my skin tone. Best I've found from the drugstore so far. Okay, and then I'm not going to contour my nose, but I'm going to take a tiny bit of that and just add a little color just right in here. I just like to make sure that it doesn't look super flat or anything, you know, one-dimensional. I like it to have some dimension and kind of match the rest of the skin. And I usually go a little overboard on that, so then I'll just take my sponge and blend it out, and then we're looking good. Now going on with blush, I've still been using these ColourPop blush sticks. This one's in the shade Mini Me. This is my more kind of bubblegum pink shade. I'm gonna take that same brush just to keep it simple and grab a little product. These blend out so well, so you don't have to be scared. Always start with less is more with your blush anyways, or any product at all. But these do blend out really well. And even if you need to take like a sponge and just kind of go over the edges, it will blend out really nicely. Like I probably put a lot right there. But if I take a sponge over it, it'll kind of calm it down. These are so, so pretty and so creamy and natural. Like they just look like skin. I don't quite understand how these look so skin-like. I love them. Okay, just on this one cheek, especially right in the center here, I'm just gonna kind of blend that out a little bit. But you can just see the finish, like, and my skin still looks like it's skin. It looks so good. We're gonna take two highlighters because we're going glossy today. So I'm gonna take the Lunch Money Super Shock. Why is that so hard to say? I'm gonna take the Super Shock Cheek in Lunch Money as my highlighter. I'm gonna take this just on my fingertip and just kind of press it into the skin. When I'm doing these super dewy looks, like I said, if I get shiny in here, I feel like it looks sweaty. So I'm keeping this like back towards just the outer corner of my eye and up from there, not putting it in on the cheeks at all. If you don't have large pores or if you don't have texture, large pores, then you are probably safe to kind of bring it in more on the front of the cheeks. But I personally feel like for my skin, it works a little bit better if I just kind of like leave it back a little further. Then it looks more purposeful than like accidentally sweated through my makeup, you know? I'll take the tiniest bit just right above the brows, but not much at all because my forehead will also get pretty sweaty. So I don't need to worry about adding any dew there. It'll kind of do it. It'll do it on its own. Okay, then just down the very center of my nose here, Cupid's bow, and my chin. But oh wait, we're not done. We're going in with the light sticks from ColourPop in Star Bright. This one is a little bit more glittery. So if that's not your thing and you want to stick with Lunch Money, this one's definitely a little bit more of a creamy, dewy look. This one's going to be a lot more bright and a little glittery and more wet looking. I'm taking this on a really small fluffy brush from Real Techniques so that we don't go too overboard. I'm kind of working that in, and then I'm just gonna start pressing that into the skin right here. You can totally see, it's so pretty. So just layering these up is gonna give us the most glowy look. Look at that. If you're ever worried about going overboard, like on my chin here, it looks a little textured now. I'll just go over it like that. These ColourPop sticks products, like the blush and light sticks, are so good. If you are curious about other colors and finishes of these formulas, I would watch Kathleen Light's video on these. She swatches all of them that they had when they first released, at least. I don't know, they might have more now. You can get a really good idea of the colors, how they compare, and the finishes and everything. She kind of talks about her favorites and least favorites as well in there, and I thought it was really helpful. I based my order off of the ones that she had kind of shown and recommended. So if you're interested in seeing the full collection, I would watch that video for sure. Okay, I am gonna take a little bit of my powder bronzer from Thrive and just go over my bronzer a tiny bit, just lightly, just because I feel like I need a little bit more bronzer. I'm probably already sweating it off, but I just want it to look nice and summery and bronzy, so I'm putting that on over top. Okay, that looks better to me, I think. Oh my gosh, my chin is so glossy. That might have been a lot for my chin, but I love this. Ooh, it's so pretty. And then as always, I'm just gonna put a little bit of lip balm on. Just doing a light layer in case any product got on the lips. Plus it will also help kind of prep the lips for a lip product on top. But this is where you can kind of customize what you want to do. I'm just gonna go in with the So Juicy Plumping Gloss with nothing on underneath. This is in the shade Beechwood. This just looks like I have glass lips. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm gonna show you. Because you can see like the lines in my lips right now. And even with lip balm on, like they still just look really liney. But watch this. Like, I know. I love the idea of adding that little tiny bit of color to the lips, but still seeing them. I don't know why. I just feel like that's what this look is about. Look at that. Like, it like made those lines like disappear. It's insane. And it feels so good. So yeah, I love these So Juicy Plumping Glosses. This one in Beechwood is so pretty on its own. In my ColourPop video that I posted on Tuesday, I used it over top of a lipstick, so you can see it in that way as well. Sorry, there's a huge truck passing me. But yeah, this is the look like I've been wearing all the time because I just feel like it looks so good. If you are in a hot climate and you get sweaty or anything like that, again, you will probably need to like powder the centers of your face. I really need everyone to like stop driving by my house. But anyways, I love this look. I love how dewy and natural the skin looks. I love that you can still see my skin, like my pores are still there. My imperfections, like my brows, you can see my brow hairs. I don't know, guys, I just don't know how to explain it. I just really love this look. I've been wearing it so much and it's so easy to do. A lot of the things you just need your fingertips for, or like one brush or a sponge. You can really do it, whatever. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up so I know, and comment down below any suggestions for future videos. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.